Hello everybody, welcome to a new video where I want to teach you a little bit about cheating when it comes to ellipses. As you guys know, I have my issues with ellipses, everybody has their issues with ellipses, and since we all like to draw digitally, I thought I can teach you to cheat a little bit digitally because, hey, use the tools that we have, right? All right, so as you can see here, this is absolutely beautiful futuristic car. As you guys know, I am genius at drawing cars. I know that you recognize it. This is a top modern car. You can see it on the roads. I left away the brand so I don't get into trouble, but it's everybody knows. You can see this car on the road everywhere. So we drew our car and now we want to draw the tires or the wheels. How are we gonna do that? How do we make sure that they fit? What is a good angle? Well, I taught everybody already that you draw the axles, and then on the axles you draw the perpendicular lines, and in there you build your wheel that hopefully will be a nice fit. Okay, this we know. This is how we do it. But you can check this, or you can make it a little bit simpler for yourself. So well, I talked a lot about putting things into boxes, and this is where everything is gonna be easier. So I have a nice little 3 boxes here, and if we want to draw ellipses into these boxes, yeah, we can just do the drawing ellipses by heart. Like I feel like this fits in here, or you can do the whole cumbersome, okay, let me find sort of the center of the line, let me draw the axis that is vertical onto that one, then let me find the line that is nicely vertical onto that one. So these will be my short axis, long, I think it's called long axis, short axis. Yes, I hope so. Minor and major, there we go. I keep on forgetting that. And then you, based on that, try to fit your ellipse there. And it's nice, but why would you do this? There's a much easier way. So I just go to Photoshop. I'm going to show this in all apps that at least I have. Edit, stroke, right? So first of all, new layer, always new layer. Take the marquee tool, I think it's called. So basically the M tool here, and instead of rectangle, you go for the ellipse. Now we're gonna fill this, edit, not fill, stroke. My excuses. I like to do it at 80%, and you have to file whatever thickness you draw with, you will have to adjust the pixels. So this is what it looks for me. What I like to do for this one, let's just duplicate this just for a second. And I am going to try to find the middle of it, which seems to be here. And then from here, I just go both ways like that, and I go up and down. So this is sort of, I split my circle nicely, just so you see how things work. And I duplicate again. Now, Control T, and we have all these beautiful control points. We just make it a little bit smaller, and we squish it in nicely into this side of the cube. And once again, don't go mathematical on me. We draw freehand. This is all estimation, so it doesn't have to be picture perfect, okay? I just try to fit it as well as I like. Boom, there we go. That's how the ellipse goes in there. Let's take another copy of our ellipse. Let's put it on the other side as well. Same technology. We make it a little bit smaller. I grab it by the handles and I just squish it in there. And I try to make it fit. All the corners should fit nicely, snugly. Now, see what happened? It's sort of lined up pretty well. If I make a new layer, and if I draw these with red, look at this. See how these seem to be running in the same vanishing point? And the same here. All of this seems to be running in the same nice vanishing point. Let's do this exercise again, okay? Just such a fun exercise. I really like this. Let's use this cube. Let's squish it in there, make it a bit smaller, squish, squish. Everybody likes a good squishing game. There we go. All the little control points into all the little corners. And once again, it could go a little, it might be a little bit off here and there. Hey, no problem. No problem. It is hand-free drawing usually. You're not mathematically trying to find anything. And let's do this one as well. There we go. Just nicely squish it. If you want, like I will show you in a second. That's pretty good. Now look at that. Same as before. if I draw these lines and I follow this one, look how nicely it goes into that direction. And this is what we want, because a circle, oh, let's make it a little bit longer. A circle like this halves, right? Like, there we go. See, these, all these are equal. This is exactly what we want. And also, like, it's good to pay attention. See, if our line is like this, and here as well, when we put in a circle, and if we half it, these are our thick parts. Same here. I don't even have to, I just make a square out of it. I know that here I'm gonna be like this and this, and let me switch to blue, and these are gonna be the lazier parts of the circle, right? The lazier parts. So this sort of also teaches you, yes, it's cheating because you want to make it look a little bit perfect and sexy, but I already know, okay. So, and if I draw on the other side, let me just steal this. So if I draw on this side, then I know, just looking at here, that the circle is going to have these more extreme curves there. So the same thing here. I will have the extreme curves here and the more relaxed curves here. Same thing, relaxed curves there. So basically, without cheating here, you could say, oh, I already know that I'm going to have extreme curves here and then cheating curves here and then extreme curves. Oh, sorry, see the opposite. I'm going to have extreme curves here and then the laid back curves there. Why is this important? Next step, because like we use these squares because now I want to draw squares here and I want to put an ellipse into this square. And now you already know, like, oh wait, the square goes like this. So that means if I look at all these examples, I'm gonna have the more extreme part of the ellipse there and the laid back parts there. So I know that I'm not gonna draw an ellipse like this because that doesn't fit. So I know that my ellipse is gonna come like this. Of course, I still have to figure out which way it goes, and this is where the cheating part is going to help me. So we have this nice square, and then here again, my car drawing genius, as you guys can see, I draw the best, most modern looking cars ever. So listen to me. We have the car like this, and usually the tire, like the wheel together with the tire, is about the same thickness as the distance until the hood or bonnet, if you're British. So this distance, X, is about the same as this distance. Not exactly, but about the same. Just for you to know that when you're drawing this square here, don't go, if you go too small, your wheel is going to look small and cartoony and almost like a clown car. You can go bigger, but then it's going to be like monster trucky and you have to work a little bit for that. I would go just a bit below that size, and then you place it there. Pack. Now, you will need another square back here, and then I would just suggest, because this is construction line, to just extend these lines and then make sure to draw in your square there. Now, I'm not talking about squares here. We talked about a lot about squares, so I'm sort of expecting that you guys know how to draw squares. So these are our squares, and now what I'm gonna do, new layer. Actually, I don't need to do a new layer because we already have an ellipse here, right? So all I do is just copy it here. Look at that. Take it. I took now the one without. Well, let me. You know what? Let me be consistent. Let me take this one. There we go. We have two there. So this one we take, squish it a bit in here. Just have fun with it, shooby-dooby a little bit. Now I'm actually going to follow this line that goes through. So I'm going to dismiss those lower lines. I'm going to follow this line. But once again, don't try to be perfectionist. It's fine. And you will see in a second why. I will show you in a second why. So let's take this one. Make it a bit smaller. Make sure that the control points go nicely into the corners. Now, maybe you already saw it, but do you see how this line disappears behind the line of the car? That is good because it means that the perspective, look, I take away the car, look how nicely it fits in there. That means that we did well. That's exactly in perspective. Now, I can just take away this part. We have our two wheels there, right? Let me just move them up here, merge them, okay, and bring the opacity down a little bit. And we're going to do a little bit of freehand drawing. So what I'm going to do now, bring down the opacity of the car as well. And I'm just going to, first we need, is it called fender? Well, this is where my car genius comes in. I don't even know the names. Whatever this part is that goes around, wheel arch, let's just call it wheel arch. It goes around our wheels, goes in there, right? And then you can also draw the car's wheels. I'm going to make it thicker here on this side of the outline. And I'm just going to let it disappear there. I'm just going to let it disappear because light hits it. And I'm going to do the exact opposite here. So I'm going to let it disappear there because light hits it. But the interior, the interior I'm going to draw out. There we go. And we can also make the wheel now more 3D. And I'm going to draw an interior for it. And there is our wheel. Oh. There we go. And I'm going to do the same thing here. Once again, thicker line on the outside. And I let it disappear there. And then the exact opposite for the inside of the wheel. There we go. Now this is where we see the rim. And well, here you can also play if you want. You can do a little bit of disappearing game. That is up to you how much you want to play there. I'm just going to duplicate this just to be sure. Take it away. Now erase the parts that are wheel. Erase the parts that are wheel. As I said. Now we don't need this control. I'll leave it there just for a second. Let me do this line of the wheel as well. And with that line of the wheel, and then we close this off. And there. And then of course, we have to adjust the doors just a little bit, maybe here as well. And now we can take this away. Bing, bang, boom, look at that. Look at that. That's how you do tires very easily, if you need to. Of course, you don't need to draw it by hand. Did I delete the things already? Yes, I deleted. But of course, you can just duplicate these layers as well and just keep on putting these in here. And of course, then your wheels are going to look a little bit, just a little bit tighter. So basically, you can build your lines out of these as well. But this is a nice way of cheating. And now let's jump into different programs to show you this. And by programs, I mean applications. I am old. Old people speak like this. Here we are in Sketchbook. Same technology. I have the same squares. In Sketchbook, of course, you have your beautiful ellipse drawing tool, which you can, again, line up nicely, find the correct angle for your ellipse, try to make it fit a little bit, or, and here it is, you know what? You just make a nice circle. You make a new layer, you make your circle, you say, okay, that's it. And then you take your layer, and there's this tool here. It has a name, it's called Transform. What a surprise. Just zoom in a bit. And then you grab it. You don't even need to grab the control points. You can also grab the sides in the beginning. But look at that. Now, isn't that easy and a beauty? Bam, there you have it. Let's do another one, just because I'm having fun and just to show you guys another one. I'll draw another ellipse, back, this time on a new layer again, very smart of me. Not on a new layer, very not smart of me. So just quickly put it on a new layer. The thing is, let me show you, if it's not on a new layer, in some apps, you say, okay, it's not a new layer, okay, I'll just do a selection and I'll transform it. It takes the whole selection. No, no, not good, not good. What you want to do is select it, cut, paste on a new layer, and then move it where you want it. Then you do the transform. Then you move the control points where you want them to be. And then you can be amazed by, wow, look at that ellipse. Look at that ellipse, it fits perfectly. Now, let's look at some other apps. Okay, let's quickly do Sketchbook on the tablet as well. Make a new layer, draw an ellipse. There we go. Make it a perfect ellipse, make it smaller. We don't need it to be so big, of course. And just make your ellipse, bing, bang, boom. We have our ellipse. Now we need to transform it. This is a little bit tricky. You have to go to selection. No, actually you have to go to the V tool, and that's where transform is. And now you can do the same thing. Let's do this one this time around. The thing is, you can't really zoom in or out anymore, so that is out of the question. So I would say before you do that, make sure to zoom to whatever zoom you need, and then you can take transform, move it where you need it, and just move all the control points into the corners like that. Done. Same. So same technology, no stress here at all. So in Procreate, we make a new layer, right? We make an ellipse. Make sure that it is a circle. Make it a little bit smaller, and okay, that's good. Now we just take the transform tool and the same thing. All you have to do is freeform. So make sure that it's on freeform, and usually it helps if snapping is not on. Sometimes it's good to have snapping, sometimes it's not. The difference here is that you have to long press on these control points to make sure that you can move them one by one. Otherwise, it's just transforming the whole thing. So you long press and you nicely fit them in there. And then you press OK. Beautiful. Let's make another one just to be sure. Another one on another layer. Back, let go, ellipse, circle, and transform, I said. Back. And I made this a little bit small, so that is on me now. I should have made it a bit bigger. Also helps if you try and keep it the same thickness as the previous drawing, otherwise you're going to have something weird. But there you go. Again, the circle fits perfectly. And then last, Art Studio Pro, another app that I enjoy using quite often. Create a new layer, same way as before. Then we draw an ellipse, keep it pressed down, then you can modify it, and if you push down the finger, then it makes it a perfect circle. There we go. And now we go to edit, or actually image edit. Now edit, and there should be a transform. There we go. Same technology. From here, you already recognize what we're gonna do here. Make sure to tap this one, which is sort of like the free transform, and you just align it where you need it. And then you say, perfecto. And that's how we do it. And that is how you can cheat with ellipses when you draw digitally. I hope this helped you. And don't worry about cheating. Is almost never cheating. It's just using the tools that you have there. Sometimes it is cheating though, so don't cheat. But this is okay. Anyways, see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.